Prophesy this to you in 2011. You're going to look back, if you stay faithful and true to God, you're going to look back, and at the end of the year, you're going to say, like Mary has said, He who is mighty has done great things for me. Not our church, not my pastor, not the person sitting next to you, but He has done great things for me. Holy, holy, holy is His name. Anybody claim that forward word? Were you ready to say He has done great things for me? Oh, by the way, how many can already say that? He has done great things for me. Holy is His name. Bless Him, bless Him, bless Him, bless Him, bless Him.
Praise you, God. Thank you, Lord.
There's scriptural preference, a reference to say what I'm preaching today. Many scriptures references. The Bible says that in Ephesians 3:20, He said that God will do for us great and exceedingly things, great and mighty things. It said exceedingly and abundantly.
Yes.
Watch this. Above all that I ask or even think. Meaning this, if you can conceive a great promise in your heart. I know what God's trying to do here in the church. It's not a physical possible thing. There's nothing that I can do or you can do to make it happen. It has to be God.
Yeah.
One man said, believe God to do something so big that if God doesn't step back into it, you're doomed for failure. And you miss that. You dream to do something so big that if God doesn't step in, you're doomed for failure. And God's promise was this. This is amazing. He said, I just won't do the big thing that you're dreaming of.
Yes.
But if you can dream something big, I'll do exceedingly and abundantly above all that you ask or even think. In 2011, I want us to die. Well, matter of fact, I curse it to death. A mental makeup that says, God, good things will happen for everybody else but me. The devil is a liar. Everybody else gets healed but me. The devil is a liar. Every other church gets it but ours. The devil is a liar.
Yes, He is.
Yes.
And if we really know Him, I mean really, 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 really know who He is, we can't live in low expectations.
That's right.
Remember when the prodigal son, I'm not going to try to make you stay long, and I'm going to close with this. Remember the prodigal son? He left the father's house. Forsake all, took all of his inheritance, spent it all. He is there in the pigs feeding place. Eating the pigsty. You know, that's what the enemy wants you to do. He'll give you the promise of the world, and when it's all said and done, you'll be feeding where the pigs do. And he sat there.
Yes.
Yes, he has sinned. Man, I feel the Holy Spirit. Yes, he has made his mistake. But he sat there and he said to himself, if I know my Father, no matter how big my mistake, no matter how much I have failed, if I know my Father, I know He will accept me in and give me everything that He has promised. You see in this? If I know my Father. You know what? Even in the pigsty, he had an expectation that said this, if I know my God, I know I made a mess of things. I know I messed up in my past, but that's why it's called the past. It's supposed to remain there. He sat there and said, if I know my God, I know He's going to receive me and give me good things. If you can imagine a man laying in a pigsty who believed God for greater things, who had an expectation of great things, then surely we can get a desire in our heart. He left that pigsty. He went home. The father said when he saw him coming, he said, prepare the best calf that you have. Get a fatty one. Get a big joker. And someone said, the son said to the other son, Father, I'm just not liking this. And I would be the same way. I stayed here and was faithful to you. I don't get no fatty calf. And the father said, no, you don't understand something about this story. He said, it's not about your faithfulness. Thank you for your faithfulness, and you'll get your reward in due time. But we're celebrating because the lost has come home. Someone that was lost has been found. We're celebrating the recovery of this young man. And what I'm getting at is, no matter where you're at, in the lowest of the lowest of the lowest of the pits and valleys, financially, spiritually, and emotionally, if you can believe to get up and start walking towards God in 2011, God has a party, a celebration week, and it doesn't matter where you've been and where you've done in this past year. God will say, come home, and I'm going to celebrate it with good things in your life. But watch this, you can hear a million sermons, and you can sing a million songs, but if you don't get up, and if you don't believe, everyone else will receive and you won't. That young man had to get up out of that place, laying there. He had an expectation of God. Do you have an expectation of God this year? I know Him. If I really know Him, I do. You should. Maybe you need to know Him. Every head bowed, every eye closed.